Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining today's webinar. This is a special webinar. We'll be talking to two CEOs, the CEO of Pipeline Deals and CEO of Batchbook. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining. My name is Annie Myrvang. I'm a customer success manager here at Pipeline Deals. So just to get started, first off, Pam, I really would like to just say that the team here at Pipeline Deals is absolutely honored to be recommended by your Batchbook team.
Thank you so much, Annie. I'm really excited to be working with you all, to be working with JP. We've known each other for a long time, and certainly done some industry things together. But it's really nice to be working with the rest of the team, meet so many folks, and know that you guys are really helping our customers in a way that makes us feel good. So thanks for having me today. Thanks for hosting this. And yeah, thanks for being a great team to work with.
Awesome. Well, we're definitely really excited to get this conversation kicked off. So I'm joined today by these two CEOs to kind of talk about the process of migrating your CRM data from Batchbook to Pipeline Deals, as well as kind of just open the floor to any general questions that people have about this process. So on that note, if you do have any questions today, please feel free to pop them into the question box. I'll keep an eye on the question box as we go through today, but we'll also save time at the end for a question and answer time, and we'll just kind of go from there. So I guess to get started, I would love to just ask JP a question. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you sort of got into the CRM business?
Sure. So again, Pam, thanks for taking the time today, and thanks for trusting us going forward here to pick up the Batchbook baton. And thanks to everyone joining today. My name's JP, co-founded Pipeline Deals at the same time Pam started Batchbook about 12 years ago. Similar entrepreneurial bootstrap story. We built Pipeline Deals to solve our own customer management problem, which was our spreadsheet that we were tracking our deals on. Nick Bertolino and myself became unruly, and we started losing track of things. And this really cool technology came out many moons ago now that changed the web browser into what we know it today to be an interactive piece of software, almost acting natively. And now today, definitely acting natively on your computer as opposed to remote. So we went ahead and built an application to grow our own business. It turned out to be something and a problem to help other SMBs, small to medium-sized businesses, tackle. And that's how we got started. We are a bootstrap story. Been building this for the last 12 years. And I'll save how I met Pam for a little bit later, but that is our genesis story. And it holds true today. We sit above a spreadsheet, below an enterprise software like Dynamics or something larger, and we love helping SMBs grow their business, and that's why we exist today.
Definitely want to reiterate that as a member of the customer success team, I definitely enjoy working with our SMB customers and helping you guys get the most out of Pipeline Deals. So Pam, kind of would like to direct the same question to you. You also started Batchbook 12 years ago too, correct?
I did, yeah. It's a very similar story. I think the one thing I have on JP was that I was pregnant with my third child at the time that I started Batchbook.
Yeah, you had it harder than I did then, for sure. That's a whole nother level.
That's it, right? But yeah, when I first was looking at starting a business, I had come out of a software development background. I co-founded a company down in DC, and we built web applications for trade associations. And I really wanted to, I loved the DC area, but wanted to get out of the politics of the DC area. So moved up to New England, wanted to start something in the software area, but really geared towards small businesses. I just have a lot of family background and had done a few sort of small business ventures myself. So really wanted to do something. And I started just talking to every business owner, that I patronized, my daycare, my restaurants, and they all kept coming back to, I just need a way to keep up with my customers. I don't know who's, doing what, who's talking to who owes me money, who I need to reach out to, who. So that's what we focused on. We said, you know what? That's a real need and something we can help with and something we love, getting to know customers and helping other businesses get to know their customers. So started building it we started the business in 2006, launched it in 2007. And yeah, it's been a really great ride.
That's awesome. It's really, interesting to hear kind of somewhat parallel, businesses starting in similar industries. So I know that you guys consider yourselves both not only industry colleagues, but also friends. So tell us a little bit about how you guys met.
So I'll start, JP. You can jump in when you want to. We actually met through industry association. At the time, it was called the Small Business Web. It's now morphed into the Cloud Software Association, but really just a group of cloud-based software companies that served small businesses, and our sort of, driving theme of the organization was different products that would integrate with each other and share information so that small businesses could piece together, different pieces of software, CRM software, marketing automation, email marketing, but have them all talk to each other and share data. And JP and I met as competitors, but one of the themes of the Small Business Web was to hug it out, to really, work with not only partners but competitors to all, talk about how do we build software that works, with the community of other software products out there to really help small businesses. The focus was always on, small businesses. How do they share information across their different systems? And I'll tell you honestly, within the Small Business Web, the CRM group was probably the largest, lots of CRM people. And I just always naturally sort of migrated to JP because I think we both had this sort of skeptical feel about what the other CRM folks were doing. So I think we really stayed focused on the small businesses, where a lot of other people in the organization were sort of focusing on, moving upstream or building something, else, or tackling some new project. And we really, I think, sort of hit it off because we were so focused on, this is what small businesses need. This is who they are. It's a completely different need than the big guys in the space. So that's what I think. I don't know, JP. I've never really talked about why we're friends. What do you think?
I don't know. I think we just share similar business philosophy, similar life philosophy, I think. I too enjoyed conversations even when, we were in the throes of early competition. I think Pam and I definitely gelled on sort of doing it our way and bucking the system a little bit and not running out and raising oodles of venture capital. I mean, Pam and I are working and have been working for many years in an ecosystem where competitors have 50, 60, 70, 80 million dollars. I would also argue that they don't necessarily have sustainable business models. They just have money to buy customers. And Pam and I have definitely been focused on the customer first and building a business where the roots can grow as deep as the tree above the soil, that's not funded artificially by external capital. And that focus on the customers, that dedication to the entrepreneur, that passion about entrepreneurship as a vehicle for social good in the world is something sort of unspoken. But, you know, if you read about Pam and you read about her why she does what she does, it really resonates with me. So I think we're just, our values are aligned. And so, Pam, you said we were skeptical. I would say that is true. And we decided to both, in our own ways, take paths whereby I look at it we were a little bit recalcitrant, and, you know, we're on the fringe of, I guess, what has become the accepted normal path for starting and scaling a SaaS business. So I would basically say we're kindred spirits in that regard.
Yes, I think very eloquently put.
That's awesome to hear, kind of the history behind the relationship and how you guys sort of met. So I guess that flows well into kind of this transition. And Pam, I have a question for you kind of about the transition for your customers. You know, you wanted this to be as easy as possible. So what sort of was your thought process behind that, and what led you kind of to this sort of recommending pipeline deals?
So when we, you know, sort of got to the reality that that we needed to close Batchbook, we started looking for a partner to help, you know, give our customers, and especially our customers, data. There's a lot of rich information about different customer relationships. So within our system, there's just a lot of, you know, small business life stories in our system, and we really value that and wanted to make sure our customers got to keep that. We really focused on two things. The product compatibility, is the pipeline deals product going to be able to handle, not just accept the data, but really be able to handle it in a way that continues to be useful for our customers. And then the team, is it a good fit? The customer service is just such a huge part of our business, and I think just really important for all of our customers who really look to us for not just, you know, information on keeping the system running, but how to do things, how to approach things, you know, what should they be doing with the custom fields, with building different reports, with different integrations. And, you know, in both of those areas, we felt like pipeline deals, the product, it's not just, you know, it really is built around the relationship, the way Batchbook was. And, you know, we looked at some other products, marketing automation products, you know, a lot of different systems have now, you know, got sort of a CRM-like component built in, but they're really built for something other than, you know, capturing that full customer relationship. And we felt like Pipeline Deals really was, in the way Batchbook was built for that. It captures a lot of information, but not just, you know, a bunch of, you know, contacts, or not just a bunch of leads. It really captures information about different things, different communications happening, you know, different categories of information, that sort of thing, in a way that will let our customers keep that rich history that they've already built, but continue to use it sort of in a pretty fluid way, the way they were before. And they'll get to work with a really great team who will help bring them, you know, up to speed on how this, you know, how what they were doing in Batchbook works with Pipeline Deals and keep them going as quickly as possible.
That really means a lot. As a customer-facing, member of the team here at Pipeline Deals, we really do, value that relationship that we build with the customers, and so that means a lot that you notice that and recognize that here at Pipeline Deals. So, in terms of that, the data piece that you mentioned and kind of the migration of data from Batchbook to another CRM. JP, do you think you could talk to us a little bit about that transition and kind of what that magical migration of data from Batchbook to Pipeline Deals looks like?
Yes, it's a fun word, magical. Our marketing person, Marissa, said, "Are you sure you want to put that in?" And I said, "Definitely. You got to have a press release with magical at some point in your career." But really, the magical is done by our engineers. Pam's engineer, our team led by Scott Gibson on this side, have done an incredible job to make this as painless and pain-free for the Batchbook customers. We have built, thanks to Pam's help and her team's help, the only push-button experience to get data out of Batchbook and into Pipeline Deals, and we will do it overnight. So our elves and folks will be working overnight, pushing bits and bytes to get all of your data seamlessly populated into Pipeline Deals from Batchbook, so you have as minimal downtime or adverse impact to your business. There's no other CRM out there who has that automated ability. Everything else, you're going to be exporting CSV files and rejiggering it and importing it into a different CRM. So that is why Pipeline Deals and Batchbook are joined at the hip, and that is why we are thankful Pam is giving us her stamp of approval, because we have built that. We call it internally, it's called the Migrator. It's a very, crazy name, but we like to name things here, but we're not too creative either. But the Migrator will take care of all of this for you. And we had, a bunch of successful migrations last night. We're continuing to refine and improve the process, but we need your approval. We need the Batchbook customer to say, yep, I approve that you can bring this data into Pipeline Deals. And so we have that set up. It's magical to the user. And the theory is you'll log out one day of Batchbook, you'll have your migration scheduled, and you'll log in the next day into Pipeline Deals. And that's the plan for all of Batchbook's customers. And we're happy to do that.
One question that I had and wanted to kind of clarify with the team was, what are some important dates that Batchbook customers need to kind of keep in mind moving forward?
Yeah, I just want to check. Pam, are you still there?
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Great. Yeah, sorry about that hiccup. So the key dates are, well, obviously it's the holiday season. We wanted to get this out and running as fast as we can prior to the holiday season so people can enjoy Christmas and Hanukkah and everything in the New Year's, but kind of in Hanukkah now. But January 15th is the big date that we're running towards, and want to get everybody migrated and successfully up and running. Headed into the new year, we know January, and that's, after talking with Pam about timing. And this all happened very, very fast, I should add, just for context and perspective, as we got this figured out in less than a week. I mean, that is just the incredible yeoman's work that both sides of the equation figured out. Is in less than a week we got this all put together. So for now, I would recommend folks to get started sooner rather than later on the migration and changing from Batchbook to Pipeline Deals, because come January 15th, the plan is to have everybody who wants to come to Pipeline Deals ported over. Would you agree, Pam? Is there anything else I'm missing?
Yeah, that's the key date, and I think I reiterate what you said. The sooner the better. Just for purposes of training and being able to support people as they have questions, looking at the old system, looking at the new system. I think, going ahead and getting over and giving yourself a little time to ask questions is great. So we encourage people to go sooner rather than later.
So yeah, that all sounds great. I just kind of have a question about pipeline deals and kind of how the two customer-facing teams have collaborated over this time, just to try to make this process as seamless as possible. So could you guys kind of elaborate a little bit on how those two teams have worked together over this transition?
Yeah, for sure. So fundamentally, they've worked very closely together. They're getting to know each other pretty darn well. We're thankful to have Melanie from Pam's team coming on board here at Pipeline Deals longer term to help with the transition over the weeks and months to come. Additionally, Pam's engineering team has been working closely with the Pipeline Deals engineering team. They're in constant contact. We share a Slack channel. There's constant iteration and back and forth to make sure the customers are taken care of. And it is twofold. So we talk about people and process. And it's important that for people and process, the technology is a given, but equally important that we train the Batchbook folks and teach them about how Pipeline Deals works vis-a-vis their current experience in Batchbook. So it's something we really are working together to make sure that not only the data is handled safely and securely, but that the process by which you learn, what's the difference between super tags and custom fields? How does Pam handle contact data versus Pipeline Deals? At Pam, when I say Pam, I mean Batchbook.
I like that I am now Batchbook personified.
Sorry to personify you in that way, but I guess we become our product in a weird way. And we're invested that much in it. And so that is equally important. And then so there's the technology, the people, the process, and then the third piece is the people, and making sure the people have the confidence and the know-how to use and leverage Pipeline Deals such that they hit the ground running for their companies and for their sales missions or for their communication goals headed into 2019. We want everyone to hit, as many people to hit the ground running in 2019 as possible.
Yeah, and I will just add, I've already mentioned how much we've enjoyed working with the Pipeline Deals team. I talked to Melanie earlier, and she actually did I think the first webinar this morning with the Pipeline Deals customer service team, and they had about 30 or so of Batchbook customers in that, and she was really excited. She's spent a lot of time looking at data that's migrating over to Pipeline Deals, digging into how to do things over there that we were able to do on our side. And she came out of that webinar pretty excited about the fact that there really were not any major areas where things couldn't be done. She felt like there's some different approaches. How you build out your reports and lists is slightly different, but it can all be done. So I think that's one of the nice things about our teams working so closely together is you've got, subject matter experts in Batchbook and, who will be at Pipeline Deals and really can help bridge that gap between, okay, this is what I used to do. What do I do here? And it sounds like it can all be done. It's just a matter of learning a few new ways to do things. Agreed.
And I just add that we are here, 866-702-7303, our customer care team, our customer success team. If you need a demo, our sales team as well, to help walk you through how the product works. We answer the phone here at Pipeline Deals with a US-based human from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern time. So we also have chats, and we also, in the app, we can do screen shares with you. So there's no shortage of ways for us to help you and your team get up to speed as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah, so just with that, I would just like to mention that if you guys have migrated over to Pipeline Deals and become Pipeline Deals customers, please join one of our Batchbook customer webinars. These webinars will be a great opportunity just to kind of exactly what Pam mentioned, learn kind of the ins and outs of Pipeline Deals, but with a Batchbook sort of focused lens. So sort of figure out how the process that you've been following in Batchbook is going to kind of translate over into Pipeline Deals. So please join one of those webinars, and also don't hesitate to reach out to our customer care team. They can be reached at customercare@pipelinedeals.com, or our phone number, you can reach them at 866-702-7303, and we are here to support you guys, and we're really excited to welcome Batchbook customers to the Pipeline Deals family.
I'd like to open up to any questions. You can either chat it in or voice. Is that how it works, Annie?
Yeah, definitely. So you can pop any questions that you guys have into the question box, and we'll make sure to answer those at this time.
Yeah. So we'll hang out here for 2 or 3 minutes. You can ask Pam or me anything. We have a good chunk of people still on listening to the great news. So fire away. Q&A. You want to tackle that one, Annie?
Sure. So a question just came into the question box. How can I display overdue to-dos along with today's on my home screen? So on the home dashboard within Pipeline Deals, you'll see the agenda section. So the agenda section, that's going to show any tasks that are due today. You can also click on the tab to the left that will show you all of your overdue tasks and events. So that will be, you just select that past due tasks within the agenda on the home screen to pull up all of those overdue items. All right, so another question just came into the question box. How do we let you know that we are ready to migrate? So if you visit pipelinedeals.com/batchbook-pipeline deals customer-offer, you will be able to go in there and add in your information and select a day that you would like to migrate your data over from Batchbook to Pipeline Deals. And I will also be sending out a recap of this webinar, and then it'll also have the link to set that migration date.
Okay. Did we get the affiliation relationships? No? So next question is, we use a lot of affiliation relationships between our contacts. Can you elaborate on how those will migrate across so that they are bi-directional as they are in PV? Or sorry, as they are in BB, Batchbook. So this question's from Mike. Mike, I would give us a ring on that one. I need to better understand the affiliation relationships. Me personally, Annie, same?
Yeah.
Yeah, and how those would work. I will
mention that Melody mentioned it to me earlier. This came up in the earlier webinar. I think Pipeline Deals doesn't have the exact same affiliation tool that we have in Batchbook, but you all do have a custom field relationship to companies that we feel like accomplishes the same, that bi-directional sort of relationship that being able to link from within one company to another company and see those relationships. So I think it's there, but yeah, I think writing into the team will get you there.
And we can walk you through that, Mike, so please go ahead. You hit Joanna's question? Great. Peter asks, we're not primarily a sales company. We're an event nonprofit. Batchbook allowed us to adapt, modify fields to meet our specific needs, e.g. contact type tags, custom fields. Do you have other clients like us? Peter, yes, definitely, 100%. We have nonprofits, we have for-profits. And in pipeline deals, it's custom fields. That's what we call them. I think there's 7 or 8 different types of custom fields you can set up: drop down, pick list, numeric, calendar date, forecast, and a couple others. So you can also group custom fields into like categories. So custom fields can be boxed on all 3 of our major concepts. The 3 major concepts in pipeline deals are people, deals, and companies. And each of those have their own unique set of custom fields that you can apply. So that should meet that need 100%. We're happy to walk you through that. Custom fields are super powerful. They drive reporting, they drive sorting. You can set up starred list and do pre-queries based on certain criteria driven by your custom fields. So I love them. I use them. I think you can also overuse them in some regards and have hundreds of them I've seen, and like, wow, that's a lot of custom fields. But yes, short answer is yes, Peter, definitely. Follow-up question or follow-up, yeah, this is a follow-up question, Annie, on the overdue items in the agenda. They're in the top because in Batchbook, there were only about half a dozen open overdue. How do I exclude completed items in the agenda?
So completed items within the agenda, if anything is completed, it shouldn't show up in your list of today's tasks and events. So definitely I would give our customer care team a call or send us an email, and we'll walk through that with you and get that all clarified.
Yeah, they should drop off.
Yeah.
If they're not dropping off, they'll stay there crossed off. And stay affiliated with the person, deal, or contact record, or person, deal, or company record, but they should not appear on the agenda once completed. Although we do give you a little bit of satisfaction of seeing something crossed off, because that always feels good, checking the box and saying done. All right, next, Robert. Robert, I use a lot of custom fields that are grouped in data sets in BB. Will these migrate as group custom fields? I think so. My guess, Robert, is yes. I haven't seen a situation come over last night with categories, but what we can do is I think we can look up your, if you just type into the box or email Annie@pipelinedeals.com, we can confirm that we are bringing over the same groupings from pipeline deals as custom field groups. The same groupings in Batchbook as custom field categories in pipeline deals. I'm pretty sure we designed for that use case. I just haven't yet seen it manifest, so I want to let you know we need to double check, but we will follow up and close the loop with you. All right, Joanna, great question. For really small businesses, what is the benefit of your company over something free like Google Contacts? I have a thing about technology, Joanna. I think a lot of technology companies have taken the human element out of the business. And the great thing about pipeline deals is we are along for the ride with you. We believe humans still matter in technology. I think Google takes an overly, software is eating the world sort of approach, and that technology knows best. And, humans are demoted vis-a-vis technology. Now, that's a biased JP worldview because I know when Gmail first came out, I don't know about you, but I was the help desk for my whole neighborhood in how Gmail works. It is impossible to get somebody on the phone at Google, especially small businesses. They only pick up the phone if you're spending a lot of money with them. Pipeline Deals, we will pick up the phone for you and grow with you as your business grows. We care about your growth. I'd also add, we're continually investing in our product. This is our one product. Google has a lot of products, and they also have a history of shutting down products and leaving their users stranded. So unlike Pam, who built, she's like, again, hats off to Pam for taking the time and the energy not to leave her customers stranded. I just don't want that point lost on people, as there's too many SaaS apps that I think miss their moral obligation to their customers to fulfill on the contract of being there for them, and just shut down and say tough luck. Pam did not do that, and I'll forever remember that from her. But for really small businesses, we're here from you. Paige, Nick, Josue, Pat, we'll pick up, Maria, we'll pick up the phone and work with you. So yes, we aren't free, but we do provide value for your dollars, and we back that up with service. So hopefully you can come on over and join us. All right, Peter asked, what will be crucial for us to know is that customer service, at least during the transition, will be BB experts so that our questions make sense. We are not, you're welcome, Joanna. We are not CRM native, so Batchbook is our only language at this point. So I guess JP's I'll stay off my soapbox around humans and technology and the importance of relationships. We're in the business relationships business. But yes, so Melanie is here. She is coming on board as our newest pipeliner, effective January 1st. She's finishing out her tenure with Pam and the Batchbook team. But we didn't want to. We value people. We value Pam's people, just like we value our people here. And so Melanie is already integrated with our team. She has joined the customer care meetings. She works with Ashley, our customer success manager. I speak to her at least once a week, if not more, making sure she's getting what she needs. So the resident expert in Batchbook is Melanie, and she's coming along for the ride. So if you need Peter to speak Batchbook to Pipeline Deals, and I understand and appreciate that's your only language in the CRM landscape, we can speak Batchbook because Melanie is our native speaker. I hope that makes sense. Another question. Also, how long will that kind of support continue? At some time after migration, does life support? No. Does life support begin to cost us per call? Absolutely not, Peter. We have, for 12 years, picked up the phone with a live, breathing human. You will not, as long as I'm CEO, you will not have, which I've been here for 12 years, they haven't kicked me out yet. But we will pick up the phone with a live US-based human. Again, I want to put humanity back into technology. We're not going to hide behind knowledge bases and FAQs, and we will have knowledge bases and FAQs, but you know what? I don't know about you, but when I get a voice-aided response system, whether it's at Comcast or something else, it just doesn't make me necessarily happy. And so we want you to be happy when you call us. So yes, I'm in favor of live breathing humans as well. We're not relegated to AI yet. So hopefully that answers your question, Peter. Any other questions? Thank you all for chiming in. It's really good not to be, shouting into an empty room. That's what I do at home with my kids. So really appreciate the feedback. And again, that number should be on your screen, 866-702-7303. I feel like I'm on a radio when I say that, radio talk show, but we're good to go. What should we wait until? No, Melanie's here now. We can get you to Melanie right this minute if you call. I would not wait. I would actually encourage you to get this done in the next week or week and a half so that you can get some R&R before the new year kicks off. We all need to, manage our businesses well, and those people that rely on our businesses to be successful. So do not wait. Our team is fully queued in, and also, we will be around and running migrations over the holidays, but now's a good time. We're in full migration mode. Like I said, we had a bunch of accounts migrate successfully last night. So,
yeah. And I think what was your nickname, JP, for the pipe books and batch deals or something? I would sort of think of us that way right now. So Melanie is, God bless Melanie and her ability to clone herself, but she is working on the Batchbook side and on the pipeline deals side for a while. So I agree with JP that, right now we're really think of it as sort of a, conjoined entity working together, the teams working together. As he said, we're all in the same Slack groups, which, Batchbook is a virtual team, so that's how we work anyway. So I would get this going. You've got all the Batchbook folks and you've got all the pipeline deal folks, so you're going to get a lot of attention and a lot of understanding. And then you wake up after the elves have done their automagical work and can just march forward and on the pipeline deals side.
Yep. Seconded. And you're welcome. Thank you, Peter, for the kind words. He says, congratulations to both teams for setting the bar for customer first transition. And that credit really goes to Pam. We're just supporting her in this time of transition. So we will keep the customers top of the heap.
Thank you, Peter.
Sure. Yeah, Mike, login credentials stay the same. Not necessarily, Mike. So you'll see once you go through the migration process is you use the same email address and you can use whatever password you want. This process has been designed with security at the forefront. So we are not passing any credentials between Batchbook and pipeline deals, nor are we passing your credit card, okay? We all watched the Marriott Rewards, debacle last week or 2 weeks ago. They got their database stolen. I think I was one of them, actually. Target, if you recall, a few years ago. So we didn't want your credit cards in the ecosystem, not even for a moment, to risk, because it's all encrypted and protected on Pam's side and our side, and we didn't want to have to shuttle credit cards info over, nor are we bringing over credentials. So you will be asked to to verify your email address and rekey in a password. I would recommend changing it just as a general best practice, but you can use whatever passwords you want, and then you can also have to re-enter your credit card at that time. Again, once you do migrate, we are sort of giving you a gift with purchase of a free month to incentivize people migrating from Batchbook to pipeline deals. So again, everything is security first. Another question, how do I look up someone in the people screen? I'm assuming, Bill, you're asking inside of pipeline deals? Yeah. Annie, you want to tackle that one?
Yeah. You can search for people, deals, and companies, all using the universal search function in the upper right-hand corner from any screen within Pipeline Deals. So you can just search for that person's first name or their full name, and you'll see the results show up in the drop-down.
That search is universal, and so the search results, like Annie was saying, will tell you whether it's a people, company, or deal record in case they're named the same, and a little bit other of top-level information related to the search result. You are welcome, Bill. Our pleasure. That search is super powerful. I think it's one of our, less talked about features, but it's pretty neat. All right. We might be getting the questions down to a trickle. I appreciate everyone sticking with us for almost an hour now. It's been great. If there's no more questions, I guess, oh wait, one more. How many users can be on each account? Unlimited. we definitely recommend you keep one username to one person for not only security and if people leave, but also for data integrity. If you have multiple people using the same login credentials, then data will get mixed up. The server has multiple inputs and it doesn't know which one to listen to, and it creates confusion. Just imagine when you have 3 people talking to you at once, you don't know which one to listen to. It's very similar in cloud software. So within your account, you can have as many users as you want, and we encourage as many people in the organization to be on the same page as possible looking at the data. So there's no limit to the number of users on an account at all. We go up into the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of users per account. So that's really scalable. And we're here to support you. And if you have a large team, our customer success team, of which Annie's a part, will do services. If one thing I'll talk about to the Batchbook customers that maybe you haven't been privy to is, and I alluded to this earlier, but technology is one piece of the puzzle. The other 2 pieces are the people and the process. And if you don't have process for your people to follow, if everyone's doing your customer relationships differently, A, you can't measure what you're doing, and B, you can't improve because everyone's doing everything differently. And so standardizing that process is where you get economies of scale. So if you need a sales playbook, if you need standardization, our team of experts, Lisa, Ashley, and Annie, are here. We do charge a little bit for services, depending on the nature of the engagement, but we do leave you with artifacts. We can leave you with a living, breathing sales playbook that you use to educate and train your current or new people on your sales or account management team. We can do live recordings of sessions like this. So instead of you walking through every new hire of this is how we do things here at our company, you can say, watch this and let me know if you have any questions. So that's the nature of the things we can do on top of just the technology is we can help with the people and the services. So hopefully that helps. All right. So thanks for the question, Timothy. Cool last name, by the way. All right. So no more questions coming up at the top of the hour. Yeah, you're welcome. All right. With that, any more last minute questions coming in? Pam, any final words before we wrap up?
Nothing, just one last thank you to everyone for joining us and for the Pipeline Deals team for putting so much energy, as JP mentioned. I've been humbled and touched by how quickly this entire team sprang into action. Just the respect they've shown to my team, to my customers, to, live human beings in general. You can just feel it. You can hear it in the way Annie and JP talk. So we're really happy that we were able to find someone to really take our customers and help them just continue to be wildly successful. So thank you guys. Thanks everyone for coming today.
Yep. Thank you, Pam, for entrusting us with your customers and picking up the torch from here. We're humbled and honored to do so. And to anyone, Batchbook customers, feel free to give our team a call. My email address is jp@pipelinedeals.com. I will respond to your emails as well. So we are here for you. We're excited to get you running into 2019. And, with change comes opportunity. So we hope we can help you capture that future opportunity in 2019. Annie?
Yeah, just to reiterate that we're really excited to work with Batchbook customers, and please also feel free to reach out to me directly, Annie@pipelinedeals.com, and we will talk to you guys soon.
Thank you, Pam.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks, everyone.